Happy Tuesday, yo. How are you doing? I am late. I have no fucking excuse, though. I have no kids here. So I'm sorry. I'm just 13 minutes late, but I'll make it up to you. You know why? Because I'm here to be your vibe raiser. I'm here to be your vibe raiser. Oh, you like that? I have a friend who calls herself the vibe raiser. It's a little dirty, but I really like it. It has a good ring to it. It's playful. It's fun. I'm feeling very playful today. Vibing high for sure. And that's what we're talking about, baby. Vibing high. I'm going to turn my comments on. I know y'all want to interact. Looking forward to at least 10 comments today. Maybe I should create a contest for who comments the most. Come up with some prize. I know Dan's got something we could give away. I think I'm going to work on that for next week. Okay, how are you? Tell me how you are in the comments. I'm so honored to be with you today. Super excited to raise your vibration because that's why I came. I was literally birthed onto this earth to raise your vibration. So come with me. Let's get excited. Let's raise our vibe. Let's figure out a way to feel good through all the bullshit. There's a lot of bullshit going on in this world today, isn't there? A whole lot of bullshit. But we get to choose. What do we focus on? What do you focus on? What do you choose to focus on when the world has gone fucking stark raving mad? Because that's kind of where we are. But rule number one is to not talk about that shit. We're not going to talk about that right now because we're here to raise your vibration. We're here to support your ascension journey. What even is an ascension journey? An ascension journey is just raising your vibration, being happy as much as possible. Because do you know what happens when you are happy as often as possible? When you make the deliberate decision to be happy, what happens? You call in joyful experiences to your life. Why? Tell me in the comments why. Because this is a vibrational journey. And the universe, source, God, spirit, responds to your vibration. And so how do we attain the highest vibration possible to call in the most beautiful people, places, things, and experiences into our life? Love and gratitude. Okay, so I'm going to take you somewhere right now. We're going to go somewhere in our mind. Think about, since this is a sports network, we're going to go sports because we always go sports, don't we? Because sports are fucking awesome. Close your eyes and think about the last sports game that you were either watching or attending that you were so excited for, or if you're a race fan, right? A race. You're at a race. Close your eyes and go there. I want you to go there in your mind. You are there right now. What are you seeing? Literally create a picture in your mind. And it doesn't have to be an actual visual. It's just the intention of creating a visual. Think about what you're seeing. What are you seeing? Are you seeing cars race around the track? Are you seeing your favorite basketball team, your favorite football team? Who is around you? Who are you with? Are you with your family? Are you with your friends? Listen to the crowd around you. Are they having fun? They're having fun. Are they screaming? Are they cheering? Are you indoors or outdoors? Is there a breeze? Are you eating a hot dog? Don't eat hot dogs. They're really gross. Okay, you're there. Can you evoke the feeling of being there? Can you really feel, really try to tap in to that feeling of excitement, that feeling of joy? How much fun are you having? Now, I want to challenge you. The next time that you are in a difficult situation, something comes up, someone pisses you off, something doesn't go right at work or in a relationship, go there. Does it seem silly? But it's really not. Because if you can separate yourself from that negative emotion and turn it into a positive, you're going to shift your entire day and you're going to shift that entire situation. This is science. This is quantum physics. We are vibrational beings. Every time that we think about a negative experience that we went through in the past, every time we are literally reliving it, because thoughts are reality. If you are conjuring up that same shitty memory and thinking about it in your mind, you are literally reliving it because you are evoking in your body that vibration. And then what happens? You create another similar situation. You call in another similar person because the universe responds to vibration. Vibration is composed of thoughts, feelings, emotions. So mind your thoughts. So what if you did, next time you're sitting in the midst of a shitty situation, what if you mentally went somewhere else? I do this a lot and I'm really good at it. And when you do it a lot, you create new neural pathways in your brain so that boom, it's easy to get there. It's your natural reaction. Instead of getting angry, creating more negative situation in your mind. Have you ever, let's back up. I'm guilty of this. I don't do it anymore. And for the most part, I don't do it anymore. I do it much less than I used to. Let's say that. I'm not perfect. I slide. We all slide, don't we? Have you ever had a negative conversation with someone in your mind that never even occurred? Like based on a past situation, like have you ever had an argument with someone in your mind? I'm guilty. I have done that before. That is not good. We're literally calling in that experience or some version of that experience because we go there in our mind. So if you find yourself doing that, cancel, clear, shift that thought. Go think about fucking unicorns and fairies. Make it extreme, like shift that immediately. Do not allow yourself to have fantasy arguments with people in your mind. Like I know you've done it because, excuse me, I have done it too. I'm like, Monica, what the hell are you doing? That hasn't even happened. I don't want to call it in because you are calling it in. And it may not be the same person in the same situation, but you are literally calling in some variation of that because the universe is vibrational. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with my throat chakra. My bad. But I'll give you a specific example, not of an argument that I created in my head, but where I've been in a situation that was uncomfortable and I just went somewhere in my mind and it shifted my whole vibration. And then it actually shifted the whole situation. At sporting events for our kids, sometimes it's not super comfortable because of the mix of crowds. And I won't go into details there, but you know what I mean. And I'll be very uncomfortable and I'll be like, I don't even want to like mentally be here sitting next to this crowd right now. So I will put myself in a different space. I will still be watching the sport, still be admiring my child and either like really zone in or focus on what they're doing specifically, like zone in, watch every single move they're making. Admire every single move they're making, admire your relationship with them, like go into focusing on your child, or I will like physically be somewhere else while I'm watching. So literally imagining myself surrounded by other people, other things. I mean, it can be anything. You can imagine that you're surrounded, if you love dogs, by a bunch of dogs that are just loving you, the coolest dogs ever, not the crowd that you're currently in. And it seems silly, but it really works. It really, really works. Then the whole energy in the space shifts. And you're not only serving yourself, but you're serving the people around you. You're serving, this is like intergenerational shifts. Seriously. Sounds wild, but we are all connected. Like, do you truly believe that we are all connected? And here, this is a great way to describe that. Think about when you're at a sporting event. Think about the energy in the room. When your team is winning and the people around you, it's almost like this wave, this movement of a wave. Like you think of water. You think of water, and each drop of water is separate, but it comes together to form the ocean. It comes together to form a wave. That is what we are. Like we are sovereign and we are separate, but together we are this wave of motion that moves together, that we are all energetically connected. And so just think about, I love going to sporting events and everyone's so excited and so happy and they're cheering, and every once in a while they'll do the wave, you know. And there's just this amazing, powerful collective energy that comes together. And that's everywhere. Think about driving. You know, there are some really bad wrecks sometimes, but for as many drivers as there are on the interstate, and as many of them are texting and driving, I mean, there are relatively few traffic accidents compared to the amount of drivers and the amount of driving that we do. It's because there's a synchronicity there. And when you're driving, it's kind of like this hypnotic state. Think about how you feel when you're driving. You don't want to be too hypnotic, because then you're not paying attention and you do wreck. But think about it. This is collective energy. People doing the same thing, moving in the same direction, like a wave. And it all just is in synchronicity. This is energy. This is vibration. So mind the company you keep, because this is huge when it comes to vibration. Do you ever get stuck in a phone conversation and you're like, oh my God, I've got to get off of the phone. Like I cannot continue this phone conversation anymore. Literally, it's like nails on a chalkboard, because they want to complain about everything. And I don't want that in my vibration. And actually, when I talk to people now, I've become pretty bold, where so bold that I actually say to them, I'm done with this type of conversation. If you want to have a conversation, if you want to continue, we need to talk about something happy. Like, tell me what's going right for you. It's a great way to keep your vibration high. Advocate for yourself. Advocate for yourself. No is a complete sentence. Have you ever heard that one? No is a complete sentence. And you do not have to stay in a negative situation or negative phone conversation, because you're a sovereign being. You are a sovereign human being. You do not have to do that. My vibration is, there's a saying I'm trying to say here, but I don't remember the rest of it. Vibration is king. My vibration is my currency. My vibration is my currency. It is everything to me. So if you're not vibing high with me, I will filter your ass out. And you have full freedom to do that too. Be bold. Protect your vibration. It's so worth it, because life is so much better when you protect your vibration. And you know, when you start protecting your vibration, you know what's going to happen. The universe responds. And the universe is going to start sending you more people that will support your vibration. You will have a tribe that wants to live the way you live, because you are literally calling in those people every time you make the decision to protect your vibration. There was something very important I wanted to say too after that, but I don't remember what it is. And we're modeling this for our kids. You know, what's going on with my earring? If you're walking around gossiping about people all the time, hello, what kind of child are you raising? You are raising a child that will gossip. That is not good for your vibration at all. Okay, so how can we keep our vibration high? Well, you can watch this. I recommend that you watch this program every week. That will support your vibration. And I recommend that you actively participate, comment, because the more you comment, the more you cultivate that vibration, because you're putting out the energy that, yes, I want to be proactively involved in raising my vibration. So that's number one. Of course, that's number one, right? Number two, really wrap yourself in the feeling of joy when you are in the midst of it and carry it with you. Carry it with you throughout, like milk that feeling of joy when you are in a beautiful moment. And it can be so simple. There, like after this, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to just hug a tree. Like literally, I'm going to hug a tree. And I'm going to savor that moment, and I'm going to stay there, and I'm going to let that moment build. So for instance, if you're in the middle of an awesome game or an awesome race or an awesome fight or something, and you're there and you're really digging the vibration, start speaking gratitudes in your mind. Start saying thank you. Start acknowledging every little piece of what is going on around you and every little person who's next to you. Say thank you for them in your mind. What are you watching? Say thank you for them, it in your mind. Say thank you for the energy in the room. Every detail. And this will make that feeling build and build and build. And what you're doing is you're activating your heart center. And do you know what is magnetic? Your heart center. And so as you foster these feelings of positivity and love and joy, you are literally magnetizing yourself to more beautiful, amazing, magical experiences. And so what if we're in the midst of some BS? You go back to that place. You go back to that place that we were just talking about. Remove yourself energetically, mentally from that space and from that negative space and go to a positive space. I'm telling you, it works. It works. And I know this because I put it into practice. And the more I put it into practice, the easier it becomes. And the more magnetized I become, the stronger my positive vibration becomes. And then boom, like literally it's like a magnet. So we have electric and magnetic. So the heart is magnetic. The mind is electric. And, you know, our mind puts us in a lot of bullshit, doesn't it? But our mind was not created to do that. Our mind was created to execute that which lights our heart up. So all of those amazing experiences that you feel in your heart, that you're like, oh my gosh, my heart is so full. This is so amazing. I want more of it. Then boom, the brain's supposed to execute it, not talk you out of it. But we're mammals, and mammals like to stay safe. And putting yourself out there makes you feel unsafe, so you don't do it. But I'm telling you, when you step through that fear, it feels really, really good on the other side. And then you get addicted to it. I mean, I remember the first time that Dan asked me about doing this, or the first time that Dan interviewed me. Him and Damon interviewed me. I was so nervous, and not because I haven't spoken before. I do Facebook Lives like every day, but it was different, and it was a new space, and I was scared, but I did it anyway. And then look what it led to. It led to me doing this podcast every week. And I'm so glad I did it because I love the energy here. I love the crowd. And I love to share my energy and my vibration with the world because that's why I came, y'all. All right, well, have a wonderful, wonderful week. It is going to be a magical, magical week for all of us. And the more that you intentionally tap in to maintaining a high vibration through anything, like I'm not sitting over here in a bed of roses. Well, and let's be honest, roses have thorns, right? I am in a bed of roses, actually, but roses have thorns. And so the goal is to be happy even in the hardest times. You don't have to be leaping around joyful all the time, but like find a way to be as happy as possible most of the time. Find a way. There's always a way to feel better. Find a way to feel better. And for me, it's just going outside. Sometimes when I want to do it the least is when I need it the most. That's usually the case. When you want to do it the least is when you need it the most. Working out. Have you ever been in a real rut and you're like, I need to move my body, but I don't want to? Get up and do it anyway. Because once you start moving, you're going to feel so good. So good. Get outside. Do it anyway. Because all of those happy chemicals are going to release from your brain and boom, vibration shifted. Boom, experiences shifted. Boom, people shifted. Boom, timeline shifted. Serious. This is magical stuff. And it's not that hard. It's all about gratitude. Oh, I wanted to show you something. Besides my face. Have you heard of this book? My lighting sucks today. I'm sorry about that. I have no excuse. Have you heard of this book? This book will change your life. The Magic. It's all about gratitude. And it's so simple. It's 28 days. It's a 28-day gratitude practice. So simple. You're writing gratitudes every day. And then she adds another simple exercise for you to do. It is freaking amazing. Get this book. It's like $20 on Amazon. Look, it's like mine's all beat up. I'm going through it again. So I wanted to share that with you. All right, yo. Have a phenomenal freaking week. Keep that vibration high. Move your body and get outside. I love you so much.